this computer. Stop share. I want to make sure we're recording. Yep, we are. Okay. And maybe, you know, like when we're moving from problem to problem and I'm copying and pasting, you could maybe have your piano there, right? And you could play the piano. And then when I put it on the internet, you know, you'll go viral.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops, my fault. Actually, you can't see what I just did. Okay, so. All right, so here's the next set. Okay, and even though the equations are getting a bit more complicated, it's the same exact procedure. So what am I going to write here for number 5?
n/3 equals 2. Or over 3 equals -2.
Excellent. And then we solve. And shame on me, what I haven't been doing is at least looking to check our answers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
If we plug 6 back in, 6 divided by 3 is 2. Absolute value of 2 is 2. -6 divided by 3 is -2, and the absolute value of -2 is 2. So holy smokes, we know what we're doing.
Yes.
Who knew? Okay. So what equations do you want to write with this one?
I'm not sure. Do you write it as -4 plus 5x equals 16?
You sure do.
Okay.
And what's the other equation going to be?
-4 plus 5x equals -16.
Exact same thing. It's just this equation is a little bit more complicated, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you want to do for this first equation?
Are we subtracting?
Well, we want to no, go ahead.
I see 5x, so are we dividing by x maybe?
Well, the rule for solving equations is if you can add or subtract to get rid of something on the same side of x, you do that first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the x is being multiplied by 4, but I have annoying -4 over here. Okay, and I can get rid of him. If it's annoying, it's certainly a male. I can get rid of him by just adding 4, because -4 plus 4 is 0.
Yeah.
Which is totes fine, as long as I do it on the other side.
Okay.
Ariana, I want you to bring totes back, right? I think, you know, it was a cool word and now it's not, but that's why I keep using it. So 5x equals 20. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Now, what are we going to do?
Do we do the same thing on the other side, but it's -20?
Well, let's go ahead and just, I'm sorry, I did that before where I was solving 2 equations at the same time. Let's just finish this equation.
Okay. 5x.
So we have 5 times x equals 20, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're solving for x. What's happening to the x?
It's being multiplied. Now
Good.
we have to divide.
There you go. because then I can cancel that bad boy out.
Yes.
And you can cross it out. I always like to write 1 just to remind myself that 5 divided by 5 is 1, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. It's a weird thing that I do. So X equals 4.
Mhm.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. So we're still, you're right. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to add 4,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
We're going to add 4. Now, does Mrs. McCormick let you use a calculator all the time?
I think so.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So over here on the left side, the 4s go away. That's the whole point, right? Because it becomes 0.
Mhm.
And so we have 5x. And we have a negative 16 and then a positive 4. Do you know what that gives us?
12.
Yep. What kind of 12 though?
Negative 12.
Very good. Don't be racist against the negative numbers now. And now what are we going to do?
And now we divide by 5.
Excellent. And again, the 5s cancel out.
Mhm.
So X, this is a perfectly good answer. I know I'm very confident Mrs. McCormick would accept it.
Mhm.
She might say you can change it to a decimal on your calculator, which would be negative 1.4, I think. Yeah.
Mhm.
Or you could mix number negative 2 2/5. What I'm sure she would accept any of these. Okay. But if you're entering it on the computer, it might get a little bit finicky.
Yeah.
So, because I know y'all work with that software program, is that right?
Yeah, math lab.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is annoying because you can get it right and just make one silly little entry error and they say you're wrong.
Yeah.
And then there's crying and
Yeah, pretty much.
all right. What are we gonna write here?
Negative 2r minus 1 equals 11.
Mhm.
And negative 2r minus 1 equals negative 11.
You don't need me. What are we even doing here? Good. Okay, so I'm gonna be quiet and let you kind of talk me through it. And we'll just
Okay.
do the left equation first.
Okay. So we want to get rid of negative 1.
Good.
So you do positive 1, and
Yep.
that's 0.
Yep.
And then you have negative 2r equals 11.
Well, you gotta, what if you add 1 on one side, what do you have to do to the other? Good.
That's 12.
Mm-hmm.
And now we divide by 2. Wait, negative 2.
Good. Pretty, if you have trouble with like the positives and negatives and they're easy mistakes to make, I'm pretty sure McCormick lets you use your calculator for everything. Now,
Yeah.
that's a double-edged sword because it is nice to be able to do it in your head, but if it means you're going to get something wrong, forget it. Use a calculator, man.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 0, and then negative 6.
There you go.
And then same thing on the other side,
Good.
but now it's negative 11.
Uh-huh.
So negative 11 divided by 2.
What did you forget again?
Negative 2.
Oh, no, 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 no. You added 1 on the left side, right?
Do it to the other
Yeah.
12.
So you have to do -11 plus 1.
So that's -10.
There you go.
Mhm.
Now we divide by the -2.
5.
There you go.
Mhm.
Kind of boxing these out for us. And I should use different colors. If you had a better tutor, the tutor would have used different colors. All right. Here we go.
So 1 minus 5a equals 29,
Okay.
or 1 minus 5a equals -29.
There you go.
So we have to get rid of 1.
Good. And how are we going to get rid of the positive 1?
-1.
There you go.
And then you have 5a equals 29.
What's that little symbol in front of that 5a in the equation?
Oh, -5a.
And then you subtracted 1 on the left, so we have to subtract on the right.
So then that's 28.
Good.
So 5a equals 28. So we divide by 5.
Now it's -5a because in the original equation it's 1 minus 5a. You see right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so that the negative has to keep going down. It stays with it.
Okay.
So we're dividing by -5.
Okay. I got a decimal.
That's fine.
5.6.
Because it doesn't, yeah, it
Mhm.
doesn't divide evenly, does it?
No.
Okay. Here we go again.
So 1 minus, so we have to get rid of the 1. So we do that by -1, and then that's 0.
Perfect.
5a equals -29.
Okay, so don't forget in front of the net 5a, there's the negative, right?
-5a equals -29.
Okay, but
It's 28.
it's -30. Think of it like this. If you're -29 is like owing somebody $29, right? And then you owe them another $1, so you actually owe them $30.
Okay.
Or you can crank it in your calculator. Like lots of people get confused with negatives. My daughter did last year as well. So I said, just use a calculator.
Yeah.
You know, it's not worth it.
So then you have -5, 30, -30 divided by -5.
Yes.
And that's 6.
Yep, good. So you are doing great. The only thing you are sort of messing up on is just missing some steps, but that comes with practice. Okay, I'm going to make an analogy that's just so annoying. Could you play the piano perfect when you first? Did you get good at the piano? Well, shut up. I don't like math. I like the piano.
Yeah.
That's why I practice the piano. All right. What are the equations here?
Negative 2n plus 6 equals 6, and negative 2n plus 6 equals negative 6.
Excellent.
We get rid of the 6 by doing minus 6.
Perfect.
And then that's negative 2n equals 6.
Young lady, are you writing it down like this? Do you see how I'm writing like I'm minus 6 and then I immediately write
Oh,
minus 6 beneath
yeah.
here?
Mhm.
That kind of helps you remember, I think.
Mhm. So then it's negative 2n equals 0. Okay. And then negative 2 divided by 0.
Well, we're dividing, I think you just said it wrong. We're dividing both sides by negative 2. So it's 0
Oh.
divided by negative 2.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And 0 divided, this is awesome. 0 divided by anything is
0.
booyah. So that's fun.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we also have to do minus 6. And then it's negative 2n.
Now write the minus 6 on the other side right away. Do minus 6 and then write minus 6 over here.
Okay. And then negative 2n equals negative 0.
Well, it's actually negative 6 minus another 6.
So it's 0.
So it's negative 12.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see okay, I get it now.
Right? You owe someone $6 and now you owe them another $6.
Yeah.
And they're like, give me my $12.
So then it's negative 12 divided by negative 2.
Excellent. And a negative divided by negative is
Positive.
yes.
Okay.
So do you take class with Miss Tusick then?
Yeah,
Okay, please tell her I said hello.
I will.
Okay. Then she'll have some very bad things to say about me. And I want you to believe every one of them. She's right. Okay. So we need to get the, if there's something on the same side with the absolute value, like there is now, this minus 5, we need to get the absolute value by itself.
Okay.
So the first, before we do write the two different equations, we're going to add the 5, okay?
Okay.
That just makes it a lot easier.
Mhm.
So if I add 5 to one side, I have to add it to the other.
Mhm.
So then I have the absolute value of v plus 8 is equal to 7. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now you take control.
So we're subtracting by 8.
Well, we got our absolute value guy here, right? So we have to write our two equations.
Oh, okay. So v plus 8 equals 7.
Mm-hmm.
Or v plus 8 equals negative 7.
Excellent.
Now we subtract by 8.
And we write it on the other side right away.
and that's -1.
There you go.
And then we do the same thing. -8, and then -7 minus -8.
Here's another way to think about it. So we start with -7, right?
Yeah.
And if we subtract 8, that's like going left on the number line. Does that make sense since it's
Yeah.
negative? So we're going -8 this way. That makes it all the way to -15.
Mhm.
So it's really, it's, 7 plus 8 is 15,
Mhm.
but we're subtracting, so it's negative. And of course, you can do it on your calculator as well.
Mhm.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Okay. All right. So the next sheet I have is the number line, the inequalities. Is that what you want to
Yes.
do?
Yeah.
Okay. Graph the solutions. Okay. We get to graph. Yay. Now these are inequalities, the stupid inequalities, right?
Yeah.
I heard the seriousness in your voice. Like, yeah, yeah, they're stupid. I'm with you. Okay, so same procedure, even though we have the stupid inequalities. We're going to write out two different inequalities. We're going to say 6n is less than or equal to positive 18. 6n is less than or equal to negative 18, okay? And you solve, there's only one little slight difference with inequalities when you solve them, and we're not going to have to get to that just yet. Do you remember the stupid thing where you have to flip it sometimes when you,
Oh, yeah.
that's when you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number. But here we're going to divide by a positive number, so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, so divide by 6. And we get n is less than or equal to 3. Is that okay?
Yes.
And same thing here. Divide by 6. And n is less than or equal to -3.
Okay.
Is that right? Are you,
Yeah.
is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now this got a little crinkly on the picture, so I'm just going to make my own fun number line. Okay.
Okay.
It's going to be fun. Okay, so then we have 0 all the way to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -5. 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2, -3, -4. Are you able to see all this okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's take a look at this first one. And we've got two inequalities. So before I put it actually on the number line, I'm going to kind of go above and below. I'm going to graph each one individually. Okay.
Okay.
So n less than or equal to -3 means any number less than 3, right? And it's also the equal to means n can be equal to 3 as well. So that means 3 is part of the solution. And we indicate that with a filled in dot. And if it was just less than 3, it would be an open circle like I just wrote above, but it's included, it's invited to the party.
Okay.
So it's filled in, and then we would just do a, you know, a line pointing left, meaning any number less than or equal to 3 forever and ever and ever and ever and ever will solve this equation.
Mhm.
Right?
Right. And then would you do the same for -3?
Um, I did not tell you an ugly truth. Okay. The whole flipping of the inequality. My apologies. So when we're graphing it and all this stuff, when we I'm going to erase, but you don't have to erase just
Okay.
yet. Okay.
Okay.
So by writing the -18 here, you know how we write the two different equalities?
Mhm.
When we change the sign of the answer, we have to flip the inequality. So this becomes greater than. My apologies for not saying that right out front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So everything's the same. You just need to erase your inequality. You need to change your two inequalities. We're
Okay.
still going to divide by 6.
Mhm.
And then n is going to be greater than or equal to -3.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So then we do the same thing. I'm going to do it below just so you can sort of see.
Okay.
We could do it above. It doesn't matter. Whatever makes sense to you. It's solid because it's included, but this time it's greater than or equal to, right?
Mhm.
So that means it's going to go to the right.
Mhm. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So here's the deal. We we have two different solutions, right? We have one that says that n has to be less than or equal to 3, and we have another one that says it has to be greater than or equal to 3.
Mhm.
Well, that means if n has to be less than or equal to 3, that means I can't go past it because this guy's saying no, 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 you have to stop here.
Mhm.
And I can't keep going this way because this guy is saying no, 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 you got to stop here. So what we do is we combine the two and what they have in common, right?
Mhm.
So maybe
Right.
if I made this a little bit longer, it would make sense or look a little bit better. And you don't have to do this because it'll be in your notes, but it's like, okay, forever and ever and ever. Okay, for and ever. Wait a second, Charlie. We got to stop at 3
Mhm.
and we got to stop at -3. So our
Yeah.
graph is solid dots at -3 and +3, and then everything in between. So you would make like a big solid nasty line on top of the number line like that.
Okay.
So these are the only solutions that work.
Okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
let's think about that. Like, what about 4, right? Well, if I plug 4 in for n, what's 6 times 4?
24.
And the absolute value of 24?
24 -24.
Yeah, well, just yeah, it could be -24, but for just 24, it's 24. Is 24 less than 18?
No.
No,
Mhm.
no. And then we would put a wrong solution, and you know what would happen?
Mhm.
The world would blow up, and it would be our fault.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got time for that. I don't know what's the matter with me, Ariana. Well, maybe by someday we'll figure it out. Okay. All right. So what do we got to do for this ridiculousness here?
Is it p plus 4 and then the sign?
Less than or equal to.
Yeah.
Okay.
8 and
Okay.
then
Here comes the money question.
mm,
P
plus 4,
Mm-hmm.
and then the sign. I keep
Mm-hmm.
forgetting the name, and then -8.
But since it's -8, what do we have to do to the sign, the symbol?
Flip it the other way.
We got to switch it.
Mhm.
So when you look at that, do you know that it's less than though?
Yeah.
When you look at, okay. I
Yes.
don't care if you can't say the name, that doesn't matter. As long as you know what it means, we're good.
Yeah. Okay.
So off we go, right?
Mhm. So then -4, and then I mean -4, and then that's 4. P, and then the symbol, and then 4.
Less than or equal to, and then again,
Yeah. And then
someone's very popular. I heard that.
and then 4 again, I think.
-8,
Mhm.
and then -4 more.
Oh,
It's going to be
12.
-12. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
-12. So
Okay.
see if you can graph this one
Okay.
on your own. And I'm going to make my fun little number line again.
Okay. Okay. I think I did it.
Like this.
Yeah. Mhm.
There you go. Okay,
Yeah, I got it.
cool. Want to do a couple more?
Yes.
I think we should.
Mhm.
Okay. Are you feeling a little better?
Yeah, a lot better.
Good. Okay, so is your email address, let's see, Ariana Rizay,
Yes.
ariana.rizay@windyp.com?
Yes.
Okay, so then I'll email you the link.
Mhm.
Um, I'll email it to you right when I upload it. I'll probably upload it to YouTube. It's just easier. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But if if you're so excited, which I understand, and you want to watch it instead of Netflix or whatever,
Oh
it'll
yeah.
take a while to render. In fact, I'm
Yeah.
going to rewatch it too. It'll be
Yeah.
fun. You can call your friends,
On a
share your
loop.
screen. Yeah. Hey, look at this new show. It's amazing. It's an old pasty white guy and he's talking about math. Okay, so what are we going to do? M
Um,
minus 2
mhm.
less than. It's pointing to the left, less than. I don't know if that helps you.
So m-2 less than 8, and then m-2 less than -8.
What do we do to the sign though?
Oh, we have to flip it the other way.
Yep.
So we add 2. I got -6 for the other one.
Yay. Now, is our circle going to be open or closed?
Open.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And 10 is less than, you can, I mean, you don't have to do the whole big giant thing once you got this thing figured out like I did, right? And we got a booyah, booyah. You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm good.
Makes sense?
Yes.
Good. All right, now what?
5x less than 10 and 5x less than -10.
Flip it.
Oh, the other direction. Yeah.
Yep. You can just say the other way or whatever. You don't have to say
Okay.
whatever you want. You can make up a word. Cauliflower. I don't know, whatever.
So
Cormac's gonna go like, what is the matter with you? What?
I'm just in the middle of math class and I'm like cauliflower.
Cauliflower. No, she's gonna go, oh, you're working with Becker, aren't you? Yeah, I got it. So X is less than or equal to, I'm gonna go with 2.
Yes. And X is greater than -2. Okay, I got it.
Okay. All right, so we're at an hour. That's what we usually do. I do have more time if you want to keep going, but then that's more money for mom and dad. Or you can be like, I think I got it, and
Yeah.
we are getting back Sunday, so it's totally up to you.
Yeah. We can do Sunday.
Okay, so Sunday at 9, right?
Yes.
And you have math. Oh, you don't have the, yeah. So this is this your homework until Monday?
Yes.
All right. Any questions, Ariana?
No, thank you though.
You're welcome. It was nice working with you, and we'll see you Sunday night. Have a good weekend, and please just stay out of prison until Sunday, okay?
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you.
All right, everybody needs a goal.
Yes, thank you. Have a nice
Bye.
day. Bye.
You too.